We have David Kelsey, Manager Field Mapping. David's going to talk to us about Neoproterozoic mantle melting and mineral systems in the underexplored Aileron and Warumpi Provinces of the Arunta region.
To begin, I'd particularly like to thank the Kiwikura people of Kiwikura community, who are the recognised common law holder of native title out there, and Jamu Jamu Aboriginal Corporation and the Narupa people for allowing us access to their lands, rocks and skies for the purposes of the scientific research I'm going to outline here. Today I'm going to give you a brief insight into the work that is happening at GSWA with the Aileron and Warumpi Provinces with a mineral systems flavour. Thanks to Erin for providing the geological setting of this region in her talk. A point to reinforce is that the WA parts of the Aileron and Warumpi Provinces sit at the southwestern corner of the North Australian Craton, as shown on the left there, which likely has significant implications for the prospectivity of the region. I want to start with that map at the right there, borrowed in part from Erin's talk, which shows the commodity types in the Kiwikura region. As you can see, there are commodities recognised throughout, covering a wide variety. And this map underpins why the GSWA are conducting mapping in this part of the world, since to better understand the mineral systems that may control the occurrences of all these different commodity types, we need to have a robust geological and tectonic evolution framework in place, and at present that is relatively poorly defined for this part of the world. Next, I want to zoom into the area inside the black box up at the top of the map there, as this is the find that is driving all the intense exploration, interest and buzz in the region, and that is the finding of carbonatites bearing significant niobium and rare earth element mineralisation by WA1 and Encounter resources. The finding of these carbonatites has revealed a significant and previously unknown mineral system in the region, and I've been fortunate to be one of the first to work and publish on them, thanks to Encounter Resources and WA1, together with Curtin Uni and EIS co-funding. And there's a QR code on screen there for the link to one of the two publications so far from this work. So I'll just walk you through some of our initial finds regarding this mineral system. First, there's an apparently cogenetic carbonatite lamprophyre system in the Aileron province. The ages of both of these rock types is Neoproterozoic, and while determining the exact age has been challenging, they are likely older than about 635 MA and maybe around 800 MA, or else there might be multiple episodes of emplacement. Second, whole rock isotopic data, which is shown at the left there, plotted for different assumed ages for each of the 8 samples that we've analysed in blue and red, as well as averages of whole rock geochemical data shown at the bottom right there from the lamprophyres and carbonatites, show they both mostly have strong mantle signatures with little to no crust contamination, especially for the lamprophyres where the whole rock chemistry shows very little to no negative niobium and titanium anomalies. Third, the carbonatites have only been found in the northern Aileron province so far, along or very close to major faults that bound a distinct high intensity magnetic belt, essentially the pink belt in the north of the map up there, whereas lamprophyres have been found to also occur farther to the south, shown where the white stars are in this map. Those were investigated by Sudoltz et al. In 2023 from ANU, and these are plotted as the orange data, and you can see how similar they are to our data. Fourth, this all shows that mantle tapping structures are an important aspect of the Neoproterozoic evolution of the region. Interestingly, there's an older dolerite dike suite with an age of about 970 MA that is so far known from the Warumpi Province and the Top Up Rise locality, both shown by the red boxes in the map there. And taken together, this shows that there are multiple episodes that we know of so far during which the mantle was tapped in the earlier part of the Neoproterozoic. And this time frame coincides with the opening of the older parts of the Centralian Superbasin. Another exciting angle that may help with understanding and evaluating the prospectivity of the region is the existing mantle seismic velocity data. Although this is limited by the absence of any seismic receiver stations nearby, and therefore involves extrapolation over large lateral distances, you can clearly see that at a variety of depths in the mantle there appears to be a gradient in seismic velocities in approximately the location of the Aileron and Warumpi Provinces in WA. And although my previous slides were focused on carbonatites in the Neoproterozoic, this seismic velocity data plus the commodity map I showed earlier hint that this region at the southwest edge of the Craton is prospective for all sorts of other mineral systems. Indeed, exploration interest here prior to the finding of carbonatites was largely for IOCG copper systems due to work by Geoscience Australia in the 1990s on Warumpi Province granites. This now brings me to what GSWA are doing as part of our mapping and research in the region, which is in addition to the heavy minerals research that Erin just presented. First up, statewide passive seismic is being rolled out as part of the WA Array project, and rollout over the Kiwikura region is slated for the next year or two, pending access. This will provide much higher resolution insight than what I showed in the previous slide. For other new regional scale data sets, a GSWA deep dive collaboration is just now completing acquisition of airborne AEM at 10 kilometre line spacing, and acquisition is happening as we speak for an aeromagnetic and radiometric survey with 100 metre line spacing. In addition, GSWA started an undercover mapping project in the region in 2019 by logging and analysing existing diamond drill cores from the area, and this is continuing as new drill cores become available. And on that note, if there are any companies here today that have diamond drill core from the area they'd be happy to allow me access to, I'd love to collect new geochron and new geochem to continue characterising the regional basement picture of this largely buried region, as the existing cores have already proven to be invaluable for our understanding out here. Some recent outputs for the project are shown on screen with the QR codes there. There's also a recently started ARC linkage project that will soon have outputs aimed at more thoroughly understanding the niobium rare earth element carbonatite mineral system. And there are also ongoing projects feeding into and complementing this drill core based mapping component, including various grad and postdoc projects related to the MinEx, CRC and ARC. All this is now supplemented by an on-ground mapping campaign that took a few extra years to get going, largely thanks to COVID. But our on-ground mapping campaign is aimed at better defining and characterising the spatial distributions of the various formations and suites, including new age and geochemical data, and also the geochemistry and spatial distribution of regolith types as a way to map what sits beneath. The overarching aim is to develop a more comprehensive time, space and tectonic evolution framework than currently exists, and this will entail releasing updated seamless geology maps for the region. There's also a hot off the press new geological exploration package for the region, and the GSWA sponsored CSIRO study utilising ultrafine fraction regolith geochem integrated with hyperspectral satellite imagery. So in closing, overall this is one of GSWA's priority field areas and a busy space for GSWA. We are in the pretty early stages of this mapping campaign, but our aim over the coming years is to continue providing the foundational pre-competitive geoscience data sets that will assist you as the explorers to make better informed and more contextualised decisions as you go about your exploration here or you're considering it. So stay tuned via eBookshop and social media posts about new data, releases and studies, and please get in contact with me or GSWA if you'd like to know more about the area. Thank you for listening.